Welcome to the Great Write-In. What is the Great Write-In? Who is it for? And how does it work? Hello, I'm Julia Ann. I'm the Festival Director for the Great Write-In live events and the Principal for the online school. What is the Great Write-In? It's a 7-step process where we help take writers on their journey from an idea to a published book. We've broken the writer's journey down into 7 discrete steps, and depending upon where you are in your writer's journey, we've got 2 programs. For writers just starting out, we've got a program called the Great Write-In, which covers those first 4 steps: who, where, why, and how. And for authors who've already written something and are now looking to take their work through self-publishing and sales and marketing, we have a second program called the Publish Me. This information is about the Great Write-In. We were inspired by the game Cluedo, and when you are inspired by a game, learning becomes easy and fun. Like Cluedo, which was a murder mystery, your challenge was to work out, who it was, in what room, and with what object. And likewise with the Great Write-In, we have a series of masterclasses to take you through these steps. We've also, in the Publish Me program, we've also assembled a range of masterclasses and experts right across the publishing industry to help you on your journey. So you can book either the Great Write-In, Publish Me, or buy a bundle and save a mud bundle. And this bundle also includes a one-on-one coaching session and access to our community. Like Cluedo was inspired by a single building, we too have one home, many stories. Our real-life Cluedo building is Ulverston Historic Home in Dunedin. And we were lucky enough to film our masterclasses in this historic home, celebrating the Edwardian era. And you can see from the interior, absolutely beautifully furnished. This is the grand hall. This is the drawing room for music and entertainment and afternoon tea, the billiards room, the library, the kitchen, and there are many more. The house also has an extraordinary amount of objects, paintings, artwork, bronze statues, and ceramic objects. I wanted to introduce you to Victoria. When I plunged the matrix and accepted the challenge of creating a story and choosing a room and involving an object, Victoria was the object I couldn't stop thinking about after I left the tour. I was thinking I would somehow involve a writing desk, and these objects, both the writing desk and Victoria, have now supported the why of my story. So my name is Julia Ann, and she's the character in my story. I write creative nonfiction. So my story, it's about Julia in the library with Victoria in the writing desk. You can see how easy that is. And I've used that content for a chapter of my book, Secret Diary of an Entrepreneur. And this program can be inspiration for a short story that stands by itself, or perhaps part of a bigger project. So who is the Great Write-In for? Who is it made by? So who is it made for, and who is it made by? First of all, we're genre friendly. So any genre. So in our first cohort, we had poetry, we had thriller, we had fiction, creative nonfiction, fantasy, and science fiction. We're also gender friendly and welcome writers from everywhere. It's also for writers who might be stuck at home, and particularly with COVID times, and also for writers in groups. So this is a really nice concept where writers can purchase a license and actually have a fundraiser, and it's a nice way to bring writers' communities together. We've also got a special program for retirement villages where we custom make an online school for them so they can keep all their stories in one collection, one village, many stories. So if anyone knows of a retirement village who might be interested, please do get in touch. It's also a very nice program for established authors seeking inspiration for their latest works of projects and literary agents. And of course, we all know that writing and storytelling is a great way to unite families. We're hoping that the Great Write-In will be picked up by writers' festivals in New Zealand in the coming years, starting with Dunedin. Why? Because this Great Write-In is suitable for individuals and small groups. It's very low cost, it's relatively fast. In fact, it takes about 7 days to do the learning and about 3 weeks to write your first short story. It's certainly very inspirational. You've got great support around you, and of course, it's very safe. Here are some of the writers from our first online program, and you can see there are a really diverse mix of ages, stages, and genres and demographics. And you'll see them wandering through the Ulverston Historic Home on tour, enjoying the ambience and atmosphere and inspiration, and enjoying getting to know the information about the building. We also have a beautiful Edwardian high tea to be enjoyed, and you can see our writers enjoying that here. And here we are as a group in one of our learning sessions with Diane Brown. The writers really love the program. You can see a few of their comments here. They said their hints and guidelines were much appreciated. Quality, practical, visionary sessions, something to learn from every speaker, and just loved being with the writers. So who was this made by? So this program was made with love from Dunedin, New Zealand's only UNESCO city of literature. Dunedin is truly a literary city, and we live, breathe, and connect our people, culture through our intense love of literature. It's really a city where writers, books, and literature thrive. We're also very grateful for the festival partners who came on board to support the Great Write-In and Publish Me program. The major funders are here along with our principal partners, and we're very grateful for our suppliers helping writers become even better. And here are our tutors. What makes the Great Write-In special is that this program was created by writers for writers, and you can see some of us here at Ulverston developing the program for you. And we've got, so now I'm going to introduce the experts one at a time. We have helping create character with Amy Scott, setting your story and finding the location with Fiona Farrell, involving an object with Catherine Chidgey, and writing well with Diane Brown. So Amy Scott herself is a character. She is an expert in communication and will bring life and authenticity to your characters. Fiona Farrell, who helps us understand the importance of place and setting. She's a well-established author in New Zealand who has won a number of quite significant literary awards and honours, including the Catherine Mansfield Memorial Fellowship, the Prime Minister's Award for Literary Achievement, and is also an officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit for Services to Literature. So I'm certainly well qualified. In Module 3, we've got Catherine Chidgey inspiring us to involve an object, and it's also an incredible session where she helps us bring our objects to life, and here are some of her books. And she also has a long list of very prestigious awards that she has received and is well experienced to teach this program for us. And then we've got Diane Brown, seen here in some of her books, and she helps bring all of the program together in the fourth module, really bringing all the strands together. She has her own creative writing school, is a very experienced and compassionate teacher, and has a number of awards herself. And then myself, I'm Julia Ann. I teach right through the program, through the Great Write-In and the Publish Me. My specialty is PR and media. I also help coordinate the write-in community, also a special program looking after me as a writer and help with the coaching. I've used this, all of the steps in the Great Write-In and Publish Me to work on my first book, Secret Diary of an Entrepreneur, and I show you through the program, I show you how I use that in my own work, and also introducing my family, particularly Alice, who is now our designer, one of the designers for Look After Me. I'm also the managing director of a company called Look After Me. We're all about real people, real places, and real experiences. And this is the team here. So the Great Write-In is backed by Look After Me, and we have the support of our design and our award-winning creative and software tech team. So Look After Me started as an accommodation network and has evolved to include events, supporting other people's events, and now our own. So how does the Great Write-In work? So first of all, it's a writers community. So that means we're an online school with access to the tutors and then you, the students. So all together, we form a community. Our online school is powered by purpose-built software called Teachable. It's designed to teach students at home. Like any software, we have a home page, and you can see there's a button where you can enroll now. And enrolling, you can enroll for just the Great Write-In or include some coaching and all of the courses in a bundle. Certainly, we like to keep you and your money very safe. So we have a secure encrypted payment system and a 30-day money-back guarantee. But once you've enrolled, you're going to get immediate access to all of the modules in the course curriculum. And this is taking you behind the scenes. So this is what it looks like. You can see that we start by rolling out the blue carpet and welcoming you to the Great Write-In. And this is the Mayor of Dunedin, Aaron Hawkins, and welcoming the writers to the Great Write-In. We advise that you start with a tour. So you can either do that in person in Dunedin, and there are art tours, garden tours, regular tours, or the special once a month Edwardian tea. If you can't get to Dunedin, we do have a virtual tour that's a room by room video tour, and also a comprehensive booklet which we've put together detailing the 12 rooms. There's maps, there's information, photographs. You can see the beautiful dining room there on the left and the Moroccan or the card room on the right. In the modules, you'll see it's all nicely organised. We take you through module 1, which is the Who with Amy, Where with Fiona, involving an object with Catherine, and Diane Brown. All through the program, you've got all the resources right at your fingertips. You can easily download a PDF of the handbook, which steps you through some of the templates. For example, here, templates to help you create your character. And then all of the masterclasses, all that information is just at your fingertips. We take you off to YouTube with very high quality recordings, and you can view them at home at your own pace and review the notes and the information and the creative exercises that have been set for you. So this is our Catherine Chidgey and Diane Brown, and all the information is right at your fingertips. And so that's it, really, the Great Write-In, really inspiring you to find your who, where, why, and how. And if you accept our challenge, you then have 21 days to write a short story for consideration for a collection called One Home, Many Stories. It's really easy, just a few questions, and then upload the file or email us. We're also pleased to support you in your writer's journey with our writers community and offer some bonus content. So, for example, this is Gracie, one of our the writers who came through the first cohort. She wrote a story called If I May, and her character is May. The room that she chose is the card room or the Moroccan corner, and her object was an octagon table. and that's the Moroccan room and the octagon table shown right in the middle there. What the editors said about her story was that the rich descriptions were sublime, and May showed depth of character with realistic complexity, and the object gave the story substance and integrity. Strong narrative drive combined with a satisfying ending make If I May an excellent read and a wonderful addition. Well done, Gracie. So Gracie was thrilled to be in the program. She said it's been incredible on so many levels to meet other writers and learning so much from the tutors. I can't thank you enough. And she actually won the second prize for her story for that particular cohort. I'd also like to introduce you to Kirsty McKinnon. Her story was called Deliveries. Her characters were Tom, his star, and sweetheart Annie, was centered around the deliveries window, and the object was a nest of scallop seashells. And so as part of providing you with inspiration, we, with the author's permission, have given you copies of a few of the stories so you can see how other people have dealt with the material. This is the deliveries window at Ulverston Historic Home. The editors said that of Kirsty, she's obviously a very fine example of a talented writer. The craft's been well honed and a beautiful ending, which satiated my inner romantic. She was awarded first prize for the best story. And Kirsty says, thank you very much for the amazing work pulling the great writing together. The whole event has been a crucible for me with my writing. The teaching combined with real life invitation to write a story seemed to gather all my learning over the past few years and condense into what became Deliveries. A dear friend sponsored me to go, and for me, it's been a tenfold gift. It's been a gathering of strength, and she was very grateful. Other writers said, although I'm just starting out, it's a terrific way to start. Great sessions from leading writers and expert marketing people. I loved all of it. Each session part of a whole, and a 11 out of 10. So great feedback from our first writers there. And we've also invite you into the Great Writing Facebook community, and you can see some of our writers there, and also invitation to join our We Write-ins, which are our regular meetings in and around the 11th of the month. And you can see our recent one. There's one of our tutors, Eleanor, and some of our members joining in hybrid, some in the room in Dunedin and some all around the country, learning from Eleanor about book cover design. It was a great session, and that's Gracie putting together some ideas for her story, If I May, Natasha with The Greatest Treasure. And so our writers have really enjoyed the experience of the presenters, such a positive vibe, lovely, superb talks, great food, and you can see that they are really enjoying the program. We've also got some bonus content for you, and this is just to support you on your journey. So, for example, the Detour app put together by UNESCO, Dunedin's UNESCO City of Literature and the University of Otago. Some really great stories in there. I hold a session looking after me as a writer. That's our Mind, Body, Soul session. We've also got opportunities to book coaching with any of the coaches. It's so easy to submit a request. Other news articles about what's happening at Ulverston. For example, the recent filming there of Netflix movie The Royal Treatment, already with over 50 million views in the first few months, and you can see some of the scenes in the grand hall, the dining room, the drawing room, and the kitchen. And of course, they're saying that the real star of the romantic comedy was actually Dunedin, and there were so many other locations in that particular movie. We also offer you the opportunity to win or accept discounted tickets for our We Write Aways. This is in association with Look After Me. We have got a number of writers' retreats, particularly in and around Dunedin and Otago on that creative coastline, and also in the North Island and Hot Tub Valley, which is in and around the area Rotorua, so Lake Aukerika, Lake Tarawera, in and around the lakes, using mainly our holiday house network. We invite you to eat, write and stay, and it's a really lovely way to enjoy the program. And here are some of our beautiful properties. You can choose bed and breakfast, self-contained units, holiday houses, and these are ideal for between 2 and 6 writers. So if you have got an elephant of an idea for a story and you are wondering how to take it into a published story, you can either take the long, slow, hard way, or you can take our shortcut and enjoy the Great Write-In. We invite you to discover your story and enroll now. There's a warm welcome waiting for you, and we invite you to be the writer you've always wanted to be. We'd love to see you in the program.